I start my 7-day self-portrait challenge today. What am I gonna do? Put yourself in a position where you can't say no to yourself, essentially. And just make this look like a big pile of melted me. I'd peaked too early. That took a little bit of a turn. After a brief technology fail. This one's had me on the edge of my seat. Mission complete. It's a beaut day. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a brand new 7-day self-portrait challenge and I wanted to document the behind the scenes of it. It feels really strange doing this because I started the 7-day challenges back in like 2017 when I was kind of like exploring my style and just being a bit more experimental and creative and pushing past my boundaries and insecurities that I had. And if you don't know what the challenge is, it's basically a challenge where I take a self-portrait every day for 7 days. And each day I would shoot, edit and upload it, but also film a video of the behind the scenes. I did this, I think, 8 times over the space of about 3 years, back in 2017 to about 2020. In 2020, I stopped because I renovated the studio and I was like, I don't want to keep doing this. Obviously, the colour project was born. I went down some different avenues and shooting styles and things like that. A lot of my work recently is obviously the colour project, which is a body of work which requires a lot of attention. I don't know, I just felt like I fancied a bit of a challenge again and a bit of an adrenaline rush with my work, and I feel like that challenge definitely creates that. I feel like I need a bit of a boost. I just feel like sometimes it's good just to like put yourself in a position where you can't say no to yourself, essentially. And I find that doing this challenge actually puts a rocket up my arse and goes, see what you can create out of this. You like being put under pressure, Holly? I've always been one to be like, create really well under pressure, so that's why I designed this project. So last week I spent a few days creating some content around the project, which was kind of like a lead up to the project. This week I am announcing it, and then next week I am shooting it. And I'm going to be creating some planning videos, so I need to go through what ideas that I want to create, what content I want to produce during it, because last time I created content for YouTube, this time I want to create content for TikTok, Instagram and YouTube Shorts. So it's going to be a bit more like short form videos, but I will be filming the behind the scenes so you get to see like my thought process behind this whole project. Anyway, I'm currently in the studio. I'm doing a little bit of editing. My name is Holly Rose Stones and I'm an artist and photographer. Back in 2017, I embarked on my very first self-imagined 7-day self-portrait challenge. So that's what I've been creating, kind of like a promo video for it. I've been doing some videos where I go through some old self-portraits from the project and like picking out my favourite ones from each project, just so that I can like reflect back on it. About 56 pieces of artwork that I created during this project over the course of like 8 projects and 3 years. Some of them are not very good in my opinion, but that's the point of it. But some of the artworks are what I refer back to now. The project was kind of like a style creation project, like what do I like? And then I took from each project and now put it and implement it into my work now. And it's just a great way of like experimenting and seeing what you like out of it, because I practiced loads of different techniques during the project. I've just worked out I've got 3 videos to shoot. One is the theme. I want to announce the theme, I think, a couple of days before the project. The countdown video, I don't know why I'm calling it a countdown video because it's literally the day before. So that is basically just to announce that I'm doing a self-portrait tomorrow in case people haven't seen all the other content that I've created within that week. Oh, and also in that video, I am going to be announcing how I am planning on shooting this. And that is with studio lights. So I want a really nice wide shot of the studio. And then as the video is going on, I want to bring in the lights. So I'm going to roll them in, as I say, sort of part of my line in the script. And also I want to just do a voiceover, and I've just been writing some scripts just to sort of explain why I'm doing this project. Tomorrow I start my 7-day self-portrait challenge, where I'll capture a self-portrait each day for 7 days. I start my 7-day self-portrait challenge today. Mainly all the behind the scenes will be over on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube Shorts. If you want to go and have like a proper binge watch of all them, then please be my guest, because I'm excited to shoot this week. So if you've not already seen, the theme for this week is to do with my struggle with hypothyroidism and chronic pain. And I wanted to create a series just to sort of like, again, take back control of how I view myself, the battles that I have with my health. So these are the words that I'm going to be using this week. Here they are. But today is fatigue, and I've already drawn kind of what I want to do, which is this picture here. This is actually going to be cloves, so I'm going to go in a minute and get my cloves from inside. For now, we need to get cracking. So these are my blankets, and I'm gonna put the clothes on top and make it look like a big pile of clothes. I'm gonna put this one over the top. I've just been and got all of the knitting and the crochet out of my wardrobe. I wanted to make this a bit of a nod to my nitpicking series. I really just like this on its own. I think it actually works pretty well. So I think this goes really nice with the maroon backdrop, and I might even make this colour a bit more like maroon, or even the backdrop more like this, depending on which way around I want to do it. Right now it's just looking a bit flat. Zhuzh them up a little bit. So it's time to start shooting. So I'm going to put both arms in, relax them like this, and then I'll edit my head on top of here. Decided to get in the pile and just make this look like a big pile of melted me. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay, I've finished for day one. I've just put this backdrop down because I think I'm going to be using this backdrop tomorrow for my day two, which is fog. This is the picture. Oh, there's a big wasp just come in. I need to actually do a prop for tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna just wing it because I kind of just winged it today. Just went with the flow and it worked really well, so. I gave them a little star rating when I was shooting. Hopefully it's saved, and I'll pick which ones that I like. Quite like that one. I picked these two images. This one I like because my face and my hair on this side, but I like this hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to composite this part onto here. So this is where I'm at now. I've got before and after. And I'm going to leave the eye open because I think it adds to the eeriness of this image. I have finished, and it took me exactly 2 hours to edit from start to finish. So I'm pretty impressed with that. But here is the final image. It's day 2 of my 7-day self-portrait challenge. Today's word of the day is fog. After a brief technology fail, this wouldn't connect for some strange reason. Even though it connected yesterday, it won't connect today. So I need to get cracking. I'm gonna get my backdrop stands and hang the pillow from here. Been a bit of a difficult one today. I'm having a bit of brain fog, ironically. The idea that I wanted to shoot wasn't quite hitting the spot, and I felt like it was a bit of a rushed idea, which had not marinated in my brain very well. All of this morning I've just been like sat thinking, which obviously is the best recipe for creating an idea, but sometimes it's also better just to get in the studio and play around. What I've done, as you can see here, I've got a pillow, a giant pillow hanging, and I've just done a shoot with this sort of like denim outfit in front of the blue backdrop, and I think it represents my idea of brain fog quite well. Fingers crossed it's worked. But now it's time to go and edit, so I need to go and be very swift about this because I'm not sure what time it is. Let's have a look. Okay, that's not too bad. It's 10:30. Actually, that didn't take as long as shooting as it did yesterday, so I'm probably going to be starting editing about the same time as I did yesterday, which is good. I best go and edit. This is going to be the base image, but then this is going to be the image that I composite on top of here. I've finished the edit, so here's the final image. Hello, it's day 3 of my 7-day self-portrait challenge. Today's word of the day is friction. I'm a little bit apprehensive about today. Let me show you the picture that I've got. So this is the idea. I'm apprehensive because I'm worried that this is going to be quite a big edit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take less pressure off myself from filming, focus on the edit today, because the past couple of days I've focused quite heavily on filming my behind the scenes and editing all that together, which I can still do, but I'll just pare back a little bit. Obviously, it takes quite a lot of work to film yourself taking a self-portrait, take a self-portrait, have an idea that you need to execute, edit it, edit the film, upload it to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Each process is quite a lengthy and like long process to upload. I'm not complaining, I just feel like today I need to like pare back on actually the behind the scenes and focus on actually shooting a solid image. This idea is actually the one that scared me the most. I need to just face it head on, but we'll see. I don't know what background I want to do yet. I was thinking red, but then I don't want to do, hello. Dilly's here. Let me show you Dilly because she's cute. Dilly. Go on then, you can go back out. Background is a bit of a difficult one for me at the moment. Maybe I'll do yellow, but I don't want like yellow and red together. But then I could do a green, or I could make it green, like green and red, or could make the wig green. I think I need to get shooting it though, because otherwise I'm just going to procrastinate until I don't do it. And I'm so indecisive right now. I don't know why. Either orange or red, but maybe I do yellow. I'm gonna use my reflector. Might go for gold. I think I like that. I think I just swallowed a bit of hair. So that I know that it's going to work, I've just been editing it as I go. These two images were actually one of the first shots I took. I want to maybe add in some extra hair here. I'm going to shoot with this wig and swish it around a little bit on the black backdrop so that I can composite it in and then blend it all together after. It's a beaut day. Are you being cute in the shade? Pepper is such a shade seeker and Dilly loves the sun. I'm so glad I persisted with this edit. I was so scared this morning that it wasn't gonna work and that I didn't have the ability to make this work, but I'm very happy. This one's had me on the edge of my seat the whole day, but I finally finished. Hello everyone, it's day 4, which is wild because that means we're nearly halfway through. Today's word of the day is still. I think it's going to go exactly how I want it to go because it's a very straightforward image. I'm actually not going to be necessarily in this image as a portrait. I've got an idea that just requires a little bit of compositing together. I feel like today I just need to have some calmness in the studio because I'm feeling a little bit... which probably is partly the creative lull that I get. I think every 7-day portrait challenge that I've done, I've had like a lull in the middle and then I come up. So this is probably the lull. But I thought we'd lean into it today because the word of the day is still. So we're leaning into the stillness, the quietness, just going with the flow. This is my idea. I recently got, well, it's a hand-me-down sofa from my parents. And when I was thinking of this idea, I thought instantly of this chair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of this chair on, I think, the blue backdrop, because I've done blue here and I think that works. The sofa in the middle, and then I'm going to just play around with my arms and have them coming out all different directions, hugging the chair. I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to say in this image, but I feel like the word still needs to be instilled in me today. Going back to the reason why I started this project, I have hypothyroidism and chronic back pain, which I've been working on. Obviously some days you have like up and down days, and you need to have some still days where you're not doing anything or you're not thinking about anything. I cannot physically get off the sofa to do anything, and I can't think about anything. It's a really weird state to be in. And then the next day I'll be absolutely fine. It's really, really strange. But if you've got anything like this, or like you can relate to this. As I approached my 30s and now I'm 32, I thought I'd be like thriving in my 30s, which to be fair, I am in some ways. And to be honest, actually, I'm not even going to put this down. I genuinely love life. I think I thought my life would go a bit of a different way and I'd be able to do a lot more. But that's not the case. So when I go on a flight or like sit on a train, I'm in absolute agony and it's really hard to do anything. I try my hardest to like take painkillers, you know, stretch my back out, do all the stretches. But I'm now on a medication which is numbing the pain a little bit. I'm not going to say which one I'm on because I think it's different for everyone. I've been on so many, like a concoction of different medications for this, and the one that I'm on now is actually helping. Anyway, I'm babbling on. I'm going to go and shoot this image now. Mission complete. So we've got one propped up on a chair and one on a table. Let's see how it looks. I like, but that side is not orange enough. I've connected the iPhone so that I can shoot from here. My idea is to use my hands around the sofa. Like yesterday, I'm going to go through all the images now, shoot any more if I need to. I think I need one more hand like here and here. That took a little bit of a turn. I wasn't actually going to be in the photo today, but I sat down in the chair and I was like, do you know what, I'm just going to photograph myself and see what happens. I could just stay here all day, but no, I've got to go edit. This has been the longest edit of the week, but I finally finished, so here it is. Let's talk about overcoming creative blocks, because that's what I've had today. It's day 5 of my 7-day self-portrait challenge. I have gone through about 5 different ideas. The original idea, which was this idea, I can't shoot today. It's just not working. I need a green backdrop. Then my plan B was to use this backdrop, which is actually a tapestry from Studio Coverdale. And then I was going to use these, which were from a shoot that I did last year with some poppy heads. And I thought this would be such a beautiful combination, but it's just not giving me the vibe that I want. So I'm putting that to one side, and that's going to be a banked idea, which is always good. But then I was like, what am I going to do? Then I remembered that I had these skeleton hands. Decided that I wanted to create like an arm as well to go with a black backdrop. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed in the studio today. This just reminds me that it's okay to make different decisions and choose a different direction. I think it's time to go and edit. It's day 6 of my 7-day self-portrait challenge, the penultimate day. Today I really needed to switch around my mood, because yesterday all I could think about was being in a creative block, and it just wasn't working with the vibe of what I wanted from this week. And I was feeling a little bit disappointed and a bit, I'd peaked too early, if you know what I mean. So the first day was so good that I actually feel like that was like my best work of the week, and then it's just slowly gone downhill. This is just me processing my thoughts. As the week's gone on, I've gone a little bit less and less, but it's probably due to obviously my energy levels dipping. But I thought, do you know what? Today I need to rise the energy levels. So I scrapped my idea. So I had these as the first prop, and then I was like, what idea can I come up with? So I came up with this idea, which I'll show you. Oh, upside down. I came up with this idea where I'm sort of laid on the floor with the branches coming out. Again, like yesterday, wasn't feeling it. I don't want negative energy in this project, so I just thought, do you know what, scrap this. I think I've done that with 3 ideas this week, but it's okay. I think I'm learning that it's best to actually go into this project with like spontaneity rather than like, this is the idea that I'm sticking to. Instead, I thought I'd brighten the mood and bring in the yellow, and also this lampshade. I don't know if I said actually, the today's word of the day is crave, and I was craving some positive, upbeat, light, bright energy. Gone with what I needed today, so I'm very happy about that. I'm going to wear this outfit, stand on this yellow backdrop, pop this on my head like this. Bit wobbly, it'll be alright. Cute! I've also got this gorgeous like vintage light bulb. I might try it in the shot somehow. I'm not enjoying it, so I might put this leotard on and just see how I feel. At the end, my lighting setup was this big octabox, this light here with an umbrella on, and then that light over there, just as like a little catch light behind me. So this is the images that I've been working with. Just me in front of the backdrop with a leotard on, and then I brought in the vintage light bulb, which I need to adjust. So what I need to do next is I'm going to put the light bulb on its stand, turn it on, and then I'm going to get some pictures of the light bulb. That is my plan anyway. I might composite in, I might not, who knows. We'll see. Sometimes I get myself into a bit of a tiz, but today I trusted my gut and went with what I felt was right. I'm so happy I did. Here's the final image. It's day 7 of my 7-day self-portrait challenge, and I can't believe I've actually made it to the end of the week, and I feel like I've gone out on a little bit of a high. I think with these projects I always have a bit of a roller coaster. There was a little bit of a lull in the week, and I felt like I was dwindling a little bit on creativity, but I decided to regain control of it and take it back and just inject a little bit more colour into this project. Did the yellow one yesterday, and then I've obviously done a pink one today. And today's image idea was this, and I shot with this beautiful foxglove floral, which was solo in my garden, and I just was very inspired by it, inspired by the colours. I love the pinks and the gradient into the yellow as well. I used a big octabox light, gorgeous pink backdrop. I've got a light over there with a gel on it, which was pink, just to light up my hair a little bit. Then I used this fill light for a little bit, but I turned some lights on and off just to see what kind of vibe that I wanted when I was shooting. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's liked, commented or shared my pages and social medias during this week. It's been so amazing and means so much to me. I'm gaining a community of people who are like-minded and inspired just as much as I am. It just makes me come alive. I feel so good. There was a part of the week where I was like, I don't want to go too dark with it, and I had a lot of battles in my mind, but as soon as I felt that negativity entering me, I felt like I harnessed it and took control of this project, and I felt like I've learnt so much. But it's now time to take it into the editing suite, so let's go. It's been a long 7 days and I'm a bit creatively spent, but here's the final image.